Welcome to Trouble Waters Podcast. I told y'all I was going to be right back at y'all. It's trouble in the water, like I said, man. And that shit is in the water. It's in the water, man. When I say it's in the water, it's in the water. So, we're going to get right to it. Thank y'all for tuning in, being with me as I learn how to work my way around these YouTube particular streets. Yeah, that there. Yeah, man, so like I say, welcome to the show. Yeah, I'm gonna get right to it. Let's start right here. I'm gonna start right here. Bring y'all back up to speed with her. Hope y'all can see it. Bring y'all right back up to speed with her. Miss Anita Leak Chase. Miss Anita Leak Chase. Let's see what we got going on here. Trying to get her up on screen for y'all. There you go. Let's get back to Miss Anita Leak Chase. We denied the medical services item listed above because occupational medicine related to employment are not covered under your benefits. What benefits? I don't got no insurance, what she said. Everybody else ain't said that. This Kaiser Permanente, this is my primary care physician. Miss Anita Leak Chase. Hope she ain't none of y'all doctor, man. Real tough. I'm standing on the Dixie. Got the facts. Got the receipts. I'm standing on Dixie. So, inside all these different components, challenges you up against every day, you're also going to be confronted, right? You're also going to be confronted with all different kinds of situations, right? You're also going to be confronted with all different kinds of situations coming from the same people that you should be supposed to be working with you, man. Same people that's supposed to be protecting you. Got this going on. We got this going on. We got this going on.
Should it be this way?
It absolutely should not.
Project Baltimore, 2 weeks ago, first spoke with Jeremy Portnoy, a journalist with OpenTheBooks.com, a nonprofit organization devoted to government transparency.
The government is there to serve us, not the other way around.
At the time, Portnoy told Fox 45 News, when it comes to public records requests, Maryland is one of the hardest states to get information.
We're funding the government with our tax dollars. It's supposed to act in our interest.
But Portnoy says that does not appear to be happening when it comes to this public records request filed by Project Baltimore with the Maryland judiciary. For months, the state was telling Fox 45 the records we requested were being
Government doesn't want us to know goes completely against the purpose in the first place.
Project Baltimore, on January 9th, 2025, filed this public records request with the Maryland judiciary, seeking to obtain the rulings issued by all juvenile court judges in Baltimore City going back to 2018. The request was later expanded to include all 24 jurisdictions in Maryland. We want to know how certain judges rule in juvenile cases, especially involving sex offenders. According to the Maryland judiciary's rules, it has 75 days to fulfill a records request. So in March, we began asking about the status of our request. At first, we were told the judiciary is still processing your request and needs more time. In April, we asked again with a similar response. Your request is still being processed and the judiciary needs more time. In June, the judiciary explained it was developing an appropriate format to produce the requested information, and we received an estimated date of delivery of July 4th. But when that day came, no records were produced. Then, after 183 days of waiting, on July 11th, attorneys for Fox 45 News sent this letter to the Maryland judiciary explaining if the records were not produced by August 7th, we would sue the judiciary. This week, we received this letter explaining the judiciary closed our request because it requires the creation of new judicial records, and the judiciary is not obligated to create and then produce the records you seek. Think about that. The judiciary led us to believe the information we requested was being gathered. We were told the records were being produced. But then, shortly after, we threatened to file a lawsuit because the state was in violation of its own rules. Suddenly, we are told the records cannot be produced, and our file is closed.
And that's a big problem. That's why we need much stronger public information act laws in Maryland.
The judiciary explained it is currently building a separate data system that will eventually better assist in responding to requests like Fox 45's. But why were we told that the records were being produced when it appears they were not? We believe taxpayers deserve answers. So we requested an interview with the Chief Justice of the Maryland Supreme Court, Matthew Fader, who heads the Maryland judiciary. We have not yet heard back. Do you think the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court should address this issue?
I would think so, right? The public needs to know that they can trust in their judiciary not to hide information from the public.
Many juvenile court judges in Maryland are elected, but based off the judiciary's response to us, no publicly accessible records exist to see how juvenile court judges rule in juvenile cases. How can voters be expected to vote for judges when no information is available about how those judges rule concerning juveniles? That part of the story in the coming days.
So you dealing with all that in terms of trying to get your records from these people. I told you, if it's in the water, it's in the water. I'm not standing on the Dixie. I'm standing on the Dixie. They play in the Fourth Circuit. The reason why they ain't gonna get on the records because if it ain't in the record, it ain't in the record. But I got the records. So let's go back to Maryland. We're going to go back to Maryland. We gonna go back to Maryland. I got the records. Got records all over the place, man. Who they talking to? I told you I'm the Maryland Department of Environmental Inspector. They should have knew this from off the rip, and then they should have known from that they already got my jacket. And already quit y'all playing. Like they don't know me. I'm gonna go ahead with this. I'm gonna go ahead with this. Just slap in the face too. Go ahead with this one. Let y'all peep this. Show. They play all kinds of games. Ridiculous foolishness, man. What are we looking at here? Plan of service. What we looking at here? Plan of service. All right, that'd be for me. So they got all this. All right. I was involved in industrial exposure to ethanol, another harmful chemical, on the job relating to developing disabilities. The state of Maryland know about all this, man. You got the doctor talking about I ain't got no coverage. You got the state of Maryland talking about the insurance administration talking about it's federal, right? I just showed y'all that work up there at the courtroom, what they're doing with the papers, so you know what's going on over there, right? I told y'all, man, it's a shark in the bay, man. When it's in the water, man, it's in the water. Flat out. Yeah, so they got that going on right there. They got that going on right there, man. And y'all probably say, well, why you get no lawyer? It's a shark in the bay, man. What he was gonna do? Take my money and go play with them people I just showed y'all where they playing up there too? Nah, they try to bleed you out, homie. That's what they go with. Flat out. Yeah. That's what they go with. Yeah, so why I ain't get no lawyer? And all that like that there. So I thought about all that. Just believe that. I thought about all that. Yeah.
Case baseless. No one.
Hold up, y'all. Something went wrong right there. That's my bad. I'm gonna get back to what I was showing y'all though. I know y'all said, well, why you don't get no lawyer and all that like that there, right? Man, just showed y'all what's going on over there at them people in the 4th Circuit, man. Told y'all I'm standing on the Dixie line. You better know the law if you living in the 4th Circuit, man. Flat out. Because they still ain't going to give it to you. So you know what they going to do if you don't know nothing. Still ain't going to give it to you. You feel me? So you be right there with it. Check this out.
Calling the case baseless. In a letter today, members took former president. Fox 45's Jeff Abel joins us live with the 4th over these suspensions. Jeff?
Well, a real tug of war is developing in the ranks of the NAACP, where today some local members accuse national members of making decisions based on financial and political positions. And they also demanded the suspension of another local member who dared to speak up. Right there on 26th Street, members at the local NAACP headquarters are still struggling for survival.
The second oldest branch in the nation. The second oldest. It is an insult.
A year ago, Doc Cheatham was one of dozens of members who signed a complaint questioning the alleged unapproved spending of thousands of chapter dollars. He asked to see treasurer reports, which he says were never supplied.
We're not making any allegations against them. We're just saying we need answers to questions that we're not getting answers to.
10 months ago, the national organization suspended President Kobe Little and Treasurer Joshua Harris, who held similar positions in the state organization. While sources say the national board imposed permanent suspensions on the two last week, a news release issued today by anonymous members of the local NAACP seems to suggest otherwise. Writing, the Baltimore NAACP affirms that no new official actions have been communicated from the national office. Members remain in regular communication with Reverend Kobe Little and Joshua Harris, who have received any investigations to support the allegations made against them. The accusations remain baseless and unsubstantiated. The local members then take aim at national leaders who have recently suspended NAACP leaders in other local chapters. Writing, in several cases, these actions appear to have coincided with local branches taking political positions that differed from the national leadership, or when branches with significant financial resources and grant funding resisted attempts by national leadership to assume administrative financial control. The anonymous members then call for the suspension of former President Doc Cheatham, who has publicly questioned the state of financial affairs at the local and state chapters. They write, Mr. Cheatham's decision to speak to the media, despite explicit instructions from a national board member that all branch leaders refrain from doing so, represents a clear and direct violation of organizational policy.
That's insulting for me not to say anything. You know, we have every right to question what our leadership is doing. And, you know, if it's being told to us, we all need to shut up and don't say anything, then we're in the wrong organization. I know something about civil rights, and I'm going to fight for our rights to say what we need to say.
Well, we did attempt to reach some of those anonymous members who are behind this press release today, but so far no reply. We're live tonight, Jeff Abel.
So bang, there you have it, right? It's saying how ready John is, man. That's a power of love. So you're dealing with that on one end. You got to be playing all these games up there in the judiciary system, all the way from the state, all the way up to the other people too, man. Everybody want to play the game, man. Everybody want to play the game. And the reason, man, I want you to have the records, man, because if it ain't in the records, I know about the records, man. If it ain't in the records, man, it ain't in the records. You didn't object, you didn't say you ain't tap on the wood 2 times and kick the dog by his left leg, all that goofy stuff, man. All that there right there, man. Right here, yeah. The last southern state going north. And the first southern state going south, man, right there on the Dixie line, man.
The director of the Department of Justice's Ethics Office. CBS Court Scott McFarland's been digging into what happened behind the scenes and what's still happening, and he's now to discuss this. Scott, what more can you tell us about this firing of the director of the Ethics Office?
There is an absolute purge going on inside the Department of Justice. It's getting broader, it's getting wider, and it's accelerating. We've reported dozens of prosecutors and investigators have been fired over recent weeks, a lot of them tied to January 6 cases and investigations of President Trump before 2024. Now it's expanding more into ethics officials, including those you go to as a federal law enforcement agent if you had a problem on the job. Somebody asked you to do something that broke the rules, broke the law, was against policy. The watchdogs are being purged. The department isn't specifying why, but there's some internal concerns that the Department of Justice has fewer police internally on the beat.
Yeah, no kidding. That would be a huge issue for federal employees. I want to ask about Attorney General Pam Bondi. During her confirmation hearings, there was a lot of attention being put on the fact that she would consult ethics officials when it came to controversial matters. Are former DOJ staff saying that she's broken that promise by what looks like sort of a clearinghouse that's happening here?
And Marie, the critics are going to say that. Critics of the administration say expressly that if you pledge to be consulting with ethics officers, you can't be firing all the ethics officers. But Pam Bondi has a more universal issue right now, a more transcendent problem where people are calling for her job for other reasons. She had a news conference today. We were there and we asked her if she thinks she can hang on to this job, and she said she'll stay as long as the president will keep her. But she's at the epicenter of that Jeffrey Epstein controversy. She's being pressed to release more information about the late child predator Jeffrey Epstein. She has said there's no conspiracy there, nothing to release, but it's the president's supporters pressuring her to do so. She is right now in the grips of a political crisis herself.
Does it feel, Scott, like that controversy really is not going anywhere, even though the Trump administration is putting out there that they'd like people to move on from what became such a hot topic for so many of President Trump's supporters?
Not without my people.
The president has expressly asked people to turn their attention to other things, please, but instead of putting water on this fire, they seem to be throwing gasoline on it. And just listen to a few of the names of people who've asked for more transparency about Jeffrey Epstein in the last couple of days. Lara Trump, House Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican senators closely aligned with President Trump, it's his own supporters who are fleeing this.
Scott, if I may, I'm putting you a little bit on the spot here, but I wanted to ask you about the ruling that we saw today, or that we saw from the Supreme Court, basically giving the go-ahead to what seems to be another sort of clearinghouse that we can expect at the Department of Education. What are you hearing related to that?
They could be broadening the ability of the Trump administration to fire more federal workers, to reduce the force. It's going to have a huge local impact. All the federal workers at all the federal offices in and around Chicago, there is now a broader power of the administration to fire more people. You expect they're going to try to do so. Has a local economic impact, but also an impact on anybody in our area trying to get a government service, an IRS check, a veterans benefit. These expanded firing powers mean just that. They're going to fire more people.
And we appreciate your insight. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So they got that going over there at the DOJ up there at the Civil Rights Division, firing all them attorneys and all that, talking about it's going to prevent you from getting the service. You didn't get no service anyway. You just seen I just ran it down to you over there at the Fourth Circuit Court up here, and they don't really flipping and bouncing it like that there. I'm saying Trump did the right thing, get them poke up out of there, because for the simple fact, man, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, nah, ain't going down like that, man. They fired about 70 or 80 of them, and yeah, we gonna crack a couple more of their heads, man. We should crack a couple more of their heads. Flat out. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm gonna give you that work. I told you they don't like to give you the records and all that, but I got the receipts, man. Got the receipts. It's a shot on the bay, man. Talking about all that right there. No. Let me say right here. This, y'all see that? On December 18, 2023, the United States Department of Health and Human Services Office for the Civil Rights Mid-Atlantic region received your most recent complaint against Kaiser Permanente in the Maryland Department of Health. OCR notes you have filed 48 complaints, man. Office for the Civil Rights. This up there where they just filed do you think that probably know me? Because they say I filed right here, man. You think all out of probably all them 70, about 70 attorneys up out that jump. Yeah, that mean I'm probably know me. Because it say here, Office for the Civil Rights, this January 2nd, 2024. You feel me? That's how long I've been on that hill. I showed y'all back in part one, man. That shit started in 2020, man. With the force of me trying to get a needle in my back, a surgery, robbing me out the cupboard. Ran the whole game, man. I'm showing y'all that whole play. So you better be paying attention, especially if you work for the Department of Environmental and any other of these environmental wages, because it goes all the way up to here, man. Violate all your HIPAA rights, man. Like they threw that out the way with this Affordable Care Act, man, because they already knew. They knew it's a population of over 400. I don't even really know how you went for the whole game. He tried to have me faked out too, but I don't really want to get off topic because I got a lot to talk about. You know, I got a lot to talk about. But in any event, you see I contacted this Office of Civil Rights. I showed y'all what that junk looked like in Baltimore. That's a pile of rubble, right? And I showed y'all what's going on over there at the court. I showed y'all that too. So, like I said, take your time and check me out. Watch my work. It's a shock in the day, man. Yeah, so that went like that. So right after that, you already know what it is. So they up there purging the DOJ and getting all them up out of there. But I guarantee, put money on it, that so out all them 70 people that got up out of there, how many of y'all think know about me? About number 252. Man, I don't know about 252. They're keeping a lot of secrets up that jump, man. Keeping a lot of secrets, man. There you go right there. Let me show y'all, man. Just right up at that division, I just gave y'all the rundown there. There you go right there, man. This case Ben had a criminal referral on it, man. This jump Ben had a criminal referral on it. I showed y'all that even the state of Maryland got it all in the paperwork. Industrial exposure, bang, bang, bang. It's like, you know, when they play the game with you. But it's a shot in the bay, man. You gonna get away, man. It's blood in this water, man. Flat out, they gonna take it. Nah, man. So this one you gonna take from my whole family. They want you to be quiet. Man, you got the game. I don't know who you talking to, man. Who are these people, man? I don't know who these people is, man. There, got the game twisted. So you dealing with that foolishness, right? Dealing with all that foolishness like that there, man. Dealing with all that foolishness like that, man. But check this out, though. Yeah, check this out. Hold up, I ain't even gonna go there yet. Nah. Check this out. Hold up.
In
Make this arrest right here.
Cheese mascot was arrested in Florida. The police arrested this guy. He's 41 years old. Jermel Jones was allegedly creating and committing credit card fraud. Families looked on as the arrest happened in front of the kids in the middle of a child's birthday party.
Kids.
Police said they were planning to put the cuffs on him outside of the public view, but this guy Jones tensed up and started resisting, and so they had to put the cuffs on him in front of the kids. Oh, goodness.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Someone put that sound over this video on TikTok.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Some neighborhoods held a themed wedding in Florida.
They can get him, man. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? They can run down on him for the fraud at the Chuck E. Cheese. But all this fraud right here in their face, they can't make it rest nowhere. And they ain't gonna give you the records, man. They ain't gonna give you a record. That's why y'all ain't been saying me. That's why you ain't been saying it. They is not gonna give you these records, man. And if I don't do what I did and do what I'm doing, they keep doing what they're doing. Thing about telling y'all the truth is you just keep getting slapped in the face. Yeah. 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 See, one of the people up there, like all them boys, the 48 times over here and the criminal referral demonstration, like, they ain't gonna give you the records, man. So y'all wonder why y'all ain't seeing me, because I be putting in this work, but they just they know, like, I'm an investigator, man. Who you playing with? I'm standing on the Dixie. Like, I know all about y'all ain't giving up no law around here. Not too much about it. Flat out. Oh, my mama. My mama. This one, you gonna put a needle in me, man. Got me on pre-gathering some amitriptyline. I've been on 4 medications in the last since I've been with these people that have been on the recall. Reading my mouth all messed up is because they gave me some old medication for the pain. That's what they're gonna give you. They're gonna mess your teeth up. I just had $8,000 worth of dental work done. Shit, don't mind the way I look. I don't know nobody look good on the Affordable Care Act. Yeah, fuck out of here. Mm-hmm. I don't know nobody look good on it. Straight like that. Yeah, so we want to do all that. You refusing epidural steroid injections, yeah. Ain't got nothing to do with what I got going on, homie. Ain't got nothing to do with what I got going on. Intravenous pain management in general. You already surgery consultation. Yeah. What are you talking about, man? Who are you talking to? Man, tell me to lock me in here and make some couple hours on the side off another body, man. Tell me. You're gonna make a couple hours off of my body. and take your money at the same time, man. They are flat out. Ain't nobody gave me nothing, man. I got W-2s, man. No, ain't nobody gave me nothing. I paid for that. That coverage I paid for. You gonna work a job, you can't even do what I do without no coverage. Who are they talking to? It's just only this. And they operating with impunity, like, yeah, you see what's going on with the full circle. I'm giving it to y'all, man. Like, now y'all ain't saying me, because I wasn't going to let them get away with this. Shit. Okay? Not with me. Not getting away with this with me. Nope. So, I don't know. I'll probably get back with y'all a little bit later. I just wanted to step on y'all, breathe on y'all a little bit, man. You know, y'all been in the water, y'all like, I'm putting y'all up on some game, man. Showed y'all what that, man, go down there, that's a pile of rubble, man. Like, time out, and then when you go over there, they telling people, man, you ain't even getting no records, and yeah, hold up till 40 years later. You know, if it ain't in the record, it ain't in the record. We're working on a new system, and we're gonna update that like that. There, yeah. Man, I'm staying on the Dixie. I know about this full circuit. They don't want to give you no law. They want to go to good law, none of that, man. Judge Taney and all that, yeah, they still got all that, man. Like, they still, like, you can take the statute down. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, man, none of them DEI policies and all that, man. They don't want all that. They did that with the Jim Crow and all that, man. Nah, man. They have these receipts, man. Anybody know the law. Look at all that, man. They block everybody out the law. Every time I see things crop out, they got y'all on the civil rights is just at the police station or down the courtroom. So you gonna see things cropping out, they ain't got no civil rights lawyers, man. All them people bought, paid for, funded by the same people that got that pile of rubble down there looking the way they were looking because they relying on them. Nobody don't say nothing. Man, you got me. It's a shot in the bay, man. I'll talk to y'all later, man.